Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rise of the Podcast. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Kara.
I'm Justin.
And Brownie.
That's at least 3 subs right there.
So, I'm just
Manu Camillo, hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Well, welcome.
Via Twitch, yeah.
Wow.
Welcome.
Hello. That's fast.
Yeah.
I'm just thrown off, Chris, because the monitor isn't above the camera anymore.
It's huge.
I feel like we're all going to be slightly...
Oh, important note. Kara, this is your camera today.
What?
Yep, you're on the OSR. That's a flattering
So
angle.
this is you.
Isn't it? It's just so weird. It's so big.
I know it is.
That is absolutely insane.
Which one's my camera?
So you're over there.
That one's you.
I'm this one? Okay.
Yeah, so if you need to make direct address, you go bam.
Direct address to all the... Everybody watching out there. Actually, I wish it was like VHS quality. Like a VHS camera suddenly just completely different. That'd be pretty cool.
Right?
You get the
4x3,
tracking.
it's like super grainy.
Good
Yeah.
lord.
The tracking on the top and bottom.
Alex Carson says, "Oh my gosh, it's Justin IRL."
Oh yeah, what up, Alex? I'm glad she stepped into the episode. Yeah, I think we're gonna get a couple random people. I really tried to promote this episode before we started, and
We appreciate that.
Crap, we gotta make sure it's a good one now.
I know, seriously. Are we recording, Chris?
Yes.
Oh,
make
solid.
sure
Good
everyone's
job.
dragged in right now. Make sure you hook them.
That's
keep
right.
them on forever. I'm also
Exactly.
keep forgetting that we're live, so no cuts or edits later.
Oh, yeah.
So-
No,
yeah,
this
that's
is
a big
it.
difference from the last time you were on.
Yeah, I haven't been on since the world decided to shut
Pre-Walmart.
down. Yeah, is that what it was called?
Walmart
You
19,
called in
yeah.
for the 100th episode.
That's true.
And he was our only Get Vocal guest.
That's right. Oh man, get vocal. That was.
Real quick, just because I
okay.
don't want to get called out, Wyatt says Grande,
Oh,
but he
of
says it
course.
with a bunch of A's and E's.
Yes. Hi, Wyatt.
Gabe did
Oh!
pop on Get Vocal with us one time, remember?
That's true. It's
So-
him and, yeah.
While Wyatt's here, I'm gonna toss Wyatt under the bus. So he is a new coworker, relatively new. I've only worked with him for about a year-ish, and he went to basic training. He came back, did his thing, and so when you're up there for your block of time, it's like seasoning days. You get depends on what type of the world looks like. But some people get 30 days, some people get up to a year. He got just a couple months. Okay, so his months ran up, and then they started doing like, well, you're gone. Every drill you miss, you do drill makeup and stuff like that. So you get a chance to like work those days that you missed and add them up. So he'd been working those days and then working days and working these like weeks, and you get your 15 days a year, your 3 weeks of that. So he worked all these weeks, and then he got put onto these other days because you still need them. And these days pay a lot less. Like they're like way
Like
less
minimum
money.
wage.
Yep. So
He said laughing, well,
well,
crying.
yeah, because
emoji.
you guys this is gonna crack you guys up. So so he gets paid for these days, and so now he's been up there for about 6 weeks on these like 4 weeks of good days and 2-3 weeks of bad days. And he gets his first paycheck, and he's like, "Man, you guys weren't kidding. Those were crap days. I only got like $120."
What?
And so we're like, yeah, dude, they're really crappy days. And we left it at that. So then he came and asked for my help. And when you do those weeks of camp and drill makeups, you have to actually go into a computer system and sign for the week. So he asked for my help to go sign him. And I go, Wyatt, you got days from back in March. The guy hasn't been paid in 2 months.
Are you
He
serious?
never signed any
Oh
of
my
his
gosh,
days.
Wyatt.
So it was like a week here, a week here, a week here. So from March up until when he switched to those crappy days, he had
hasn't
not
gotten
gotten
paid.
paid for.
Oh
so
my
he thought
gosh.
the crappy days included all these other days. We're like, dude, you'd be working for $1 a day.
That's insane.
So that just absolutely cracked me up. It was just way too funny.
It's like Office Space. Like, I've got a paycheck in a year.
Yeah. Well, we fixed the glitch. We didn't fire it. We fixed the glitch. But Justin, you've been doing Daily Cinephile, and you shot one down here today.
I did just now,
And-
before we started.
Oh, nice.
I've done this how long? I walked in and I'm just like, a deer in a headlights because Justin's filming. I just sat there the whole time with just the biggest smile on my face. Just, I'm part of TDC. Hi.
Wait, so that was pre-recorded. It won't be posted yet, but when we go live, it's all fine apparently. What's the
It's
difference?
totally. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, it's funny. It's not like. It's not in Chris's proprietary wheelhouse or his like possession of chain of command versus like now that's your footage.
Oh right.
You know.
I've just kind of throw in a whole new thing into it. Yeah, it's like you got all this, you got it all. Oh, you nice over here, and then I throw a camera on you like the paparazzi. And I'm like, how about now? Tell me how you really feel.
Grab a still frame, do a cutout, put me in the thumbnail.
That-
like Chris does.
I never do complex thumbnails, but that's what it's gonna be. It's just you standing there. Like,
People will be like, "What is going on here?"
good one. Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy. So one just other story I have for this week. So the things that come across my week, and then we'll just jump into some stuff that Chris and we'll hang out with you and have some good conversation. But we've talked in the past about NFTs, right?
Yep.
NFTs, you know what they are, Justin?
I listened to a podcast just to understand what they were, so I have, which means I still have a basic idea. But yeah,
So some of these memes. So NFT is just it's like a blockchain for photographs. Okay, there can only be one true owner.
Well, it's digital media, not
Digital
necessarily
media.
just photographs.
Exactly, digital media, right? So some digital memes have been cashing in. They've been like taking down their stuff and then making an NFT and going for auction. The girl standing in front of the flaming house sold for $40,000. The NFT, though not even owning anything real, just the digital version of that picture.
Yeah, well, there's indisputable digital proof that it's yours.
That
like,
it's yours.
as far as I can tell, the point is to flex that it's yours because you have no copyright.
Right.
Like you can't duplicate it yourself or do anything
Right.
with it. All you can do is show people that you own it.
Yep. The original one. You
It's like buying a star. It's
Right.
like I own Alpha Centauri.
Well, so it gets even funnier because I didn't know that this was happening. So on May 23rd, which is tomorrow.
Somebody's birthday. Happy tomorrow birthday.
Oh,
somebody.
happy birthday. Guess what video is coming down off of YouTube?
The zoo one.
Nope. Charlie bit my finger.
Oh, they're making an NFT of
They
it.
are making an NFT of it. So
So if you need your fix of that,
go watch it because it's coming down. And,
Oh my
and
gosh.
it's going away.
wait, can't you just repost it?
Well, you could, but you wouldn't be in like you could repost it. You just wouldn't be in possession of the actual like.
I wonder how
keys
many
to
views are on that right now. Like,
I mean, at one point it was the most viewed video in the world.
Yeah.
You guys want to know?
Charlie bit my
Well, so
finger.
it gets even crazier. So I went down a rabbit hole with Charlie bit my finger. So Charlie bit my finger is of United States historical value because it was one of the things found on Osama bin Laden's computer when SEAL Team 6 raided his computer.
Really?
That's hilarious.
So he thought,
Holy crap, there's a lot of views.
How many?
882,787,500 views.
Holy cow!
It's literally in the description too. This will be removed from YouTube.
yes,
That is.
yeah, tomorrow.
you can read
it's so
that?
weird that you guys can actually read that.
I
stuff now.
can't. Like,
How about this? So,
are you wearing contacts?
with that video, is it the original file? The original file
the
that's going to
family
be on the
has
NFT?
to have the file that they use to upload it to YouTube.
So is that what the flaming? Because I actually looked up the history of the flaming girl
Yeah.
picture, which is like apparently her father took it. So is that original photo the one that became the NFT
Yes.
then?
Yep.
Which that I kind of makes more sense.
It's
to
like
me.
negative. It's like a negative to a picture.
Yeah.
You know.
But like deleting that from YouTube though, it's like, well, someone can re-upload it. And
Oh,
what
yes.
can you really do about
But
it?
the original video file, like you've got the source, you know.
And then who can access it? Just people who are.
Oh, they can view it. But I mean, like, and you could obviously
Oh
you
my
could like
goodness.
screen grab
I
the
understood
video
with
when you
like the
play it.
NFT that whoever bought it has like what you would call the original copy, like owning the original Mona
Yeah,
Lisa.
you collect VHS. It'd be like owning the video in a way that nobody else could own it.
It's like if it was like actually the like
But the-
original copy of the movie.
But it's not even as much as that. It's just like it's like your name just goes on the top of the box.
right.
Because
You could
like,
sell it to somebody then. Like
you,
Right.
you can
I
sell
could-
the
I
name at the
could
top of
copy
the
it.
box.
yeah,
I could show people Charlie bit my finger if I bought said NFT.
you could. Well, you could even show them the unofficial one.
yeah.
You could go screen
I
grab
have
that
the
right now.
so
No,
it's
no,
like
the people who shot the video still own it. It's still their copyright.
Right.
You just get to say I'm the owner of the original version of it, but you still don't get any copyright or anything. You can't distribute it.
Right, well,
None of
legally.
that.
how is that gonna work with copyright law though? Like I don't. How do you're like superseding copyright law in a way, in a weird way.
Yeah, so you're basically saying it's like you own this, but for legally speaking, you don't. That's the weird part about it.
So to Star Wars, could George Lucas take the original
suppose
Star
he
Wars,
could.
put it on an NFT, and be like, "Oh, it's mine now," and it's like it's his, and he just says, "I own it again, Disney." What now?
I think you have to be the copyright holder of it to create
make
the
the
NFT.
Okay.
But so it's basically it's like when you build a stadium and you let U.S. Bank licensed the naming rights of it. They don't own the stadium. They just paid you money.
Oh,
so people have to say Minnesota Vikings play at U.S. Bank Stadium. That's how I sort of translate it in my mind. It's like, it really means absolutely nothing. Mall of America Field at the Metrodome. That means nothing.
Well,
But
so just to take it back to Charlie Bit My Finger, the thing that jumped out about me of that is we've seen the meme photos go, but to me this is the first video I've heard about.
Yeah.
Like, this is a big deal. That video has been on YouTube, since it got posted.
Since
And
07.
It's been around the world, even on Osama bin Laden's computer. It blew my mind that they're taking it down and they're cashing in with that. And what do you guys guess it's going to sell for?
A lot.
Overpriced, like
Well,
all these have
I
been.
mean-
I don't know.
I would guess less than $100,000.
Yeah.
think
Well,
so?
I think. Well, think about it. When was the last time anybody even talked about Charlie Bit My Finger?
Well, that's probably why they're doing it.
Whenever I think of Charlie, I think of we're going to Candy Mountain.
Yes. Same. Same.
Yeah.
I've got a bunch of chat I need to catch
All
up
right,
on
all right.
Really
Sorry.
quick.
Okay. All right,
Really
go ahead.
quick. Do you know what the most viewed YouTube video right now is?
It's got to be a music video.
It is.
It was.
And it's gonna make you guys real mad.
Baby Shark.
It's Despacito,
It's Baby Shark.
Was Despacito.
but it's Baby Shark.
February of this year got overtaken by Baby Shark with
Yeah.
7.91 billion views.
That's one view per person on Earth, basically.
Do you want to know why Baby Shark is the most viewed ever?
Because it's over and over and over and
Every
over.
day, Stella, because she's a teacher at like
I know where this is going.
like a daycare
Yeah.
or for like younger kids, and every day would be like Baby Shark, so they would play like almost every morning, and that's like she's
it
like
on
so
repeat.
so take that and the fact that every single school is probably
Probably.
doing that,
Yeah.
every classroom,
Yep.
and every morning, on top of the fact that kids just have an iPad.
Yep.
Outrageous.
Yeah.
You might as
Yep.
well print money.
Seriously. 7.91 billion. That's ridiculous.
Insane.
Al says, "Hey guys, David and I are working on his deck, but listening. Thank you for
Hey.
listening in. I think you missed a spot."
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, Brad says, "All right, Justin, whoop whoop," and then he said, "What video?" Brownie, and then never mind, caught up now. I don't know. We're probably talking about the
Charlie Bit My
NFT
Finger.
Charlie Bit My
Yeah.
Finger thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to catch up on chat. But that's so. Hello, Al and Brad. Thank you for joining us.
I just looking now, I can see the monitor too. I can't believe how not the Vader and the Stormtrooper guy they don't play. Stormtrooper plays extremely well.
Wait, where is Vader? Oh, are they over there?
no,
Or
over there.
Oh, yeah. You can barely see them.
Yep. Are you
Dang.
gonna try to hit it with some light, Chris, from there?
Of course, this battery.
Is that like a light bar just so you can light specific
Yep,
shots?
that's
on
what
it?
he's gonna do.
Chris is just gonna lambaste that thing, just crank her straight up. Just.
See if he can do it.
Oh, that's bright.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's way better. Now I'll just stand here like
yeah,
this.
there you go,
Yeah.
Chris.
Let's go color mode. No, wrong one. There we go. That's not doing anything.
No,
The
that's
shenanigans.
funny.
So anyways, so yeah, that was the thing that blew my mind. And then if we wanted to like finish up on that tangent, there was a bunch of other stuff too, like on Mr. Osama's bin Laden's computer that were
Mr.
really
Osama bin Laden.
We'll put respect on his name,
I was
right?
gonna say Mr. Bin Laden, but I don't know. But,
Mr. Bin Laden's my father. You can call me Osama.
He had like Oregon Trail on there.
What?
What other stuff did he have on his computer?
Hey, he
A
didn't
bunch
die of
of-
dysentery this
A
time.
bunch of. If you look, like, I don't have my phone, but like you can Google an article about it.
I was gonna say, like, why? So we know all of what was on his computer.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is that
the United
This is
States.
why you
So-
delete your browser history, folks.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me the U.S. like it almost is like he did it as a joke. Like the U.S. was like, we're gonna get some real good intel from these. It's Oregon Trail and Charlie Bit My Finger and, I remember seeing like a video a couple years ago where it was Osama bin Laden singing Firework or no, it was Lady Gaga's Poker Face.
Oh,
and
Lord.
people are like. There's always disputes about if it's real or not, but
Oh, man.
with everything you just told me about Oregon Trail and Charlie Bit My
So-
Finger, it's probably real.
Kara, did you find a good
Okay, so Ants the movie,
Ants the movie of all things?
Batman Gotham Knight, BBC Great Wildlife Moments. I wonder if that was David Attenborough. The biography of Osama bin Laden.
Oh yeah, he
Cars.
watched the movie about himself.
Yeah. Cars, the movie.
Hey, it's a
Car.
scrappy
Yep.
underdog tale.
Oh, Chicken Little. Chicken Little, guys.
Ooh, oh, that's terrible.
Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, the video
Oh,
game
that
Final
is
Fantasy VII.
amazing.
Yeah, the guy played Final
Good
Fantasy.
taste. I'm not.
I don't know how you can. There's no way you can talk right now and not do something wrong. That's all I'm
Brad
saying.
said, "Mr. Hitler."
Brad, I almost sprayed water into my mic. I almost did.
Otherwise, there's Home on the Range, Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs.
Why are these
That's
such
not
awful
even the best
movies, though?
Ice Age.
These are some really
Shaun
bad
the
picks.
Sheep.
Hey,
That's great.
Shaun the Sheep is
one's a
awesome.
good one.
Let's see, Storm Rider, Clash of the Evils,
Final
a
Fantasy
game.
VII was the other one I wanted to tell you about.
Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah,
Well, that fits in with Sean.
Yeah, it
yeah,
does.
same production company.
Tom and Jerry, and then like, Where in the World is Osama bin Laden? CNN presents World's Most Wanted. He must have been on that.
He's probably proud. He's like, look,
Yeah.
I'm somebody.
In the footsteps of bin Laden, CNN.
Yeah, I mean, when you're hiding for 10 years, I mean, you're gonna get bored.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're eventually gonna go down a rabbit hole of watching things about yourself.
Yeah.
I wonder if people are going to use this as evidence that Tom and Jerry makes you violent.
Well, that was somebody else said too. They're like, see, violence. Video games do cause violence. It's all Final Fantasy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he found the plane crash materia and leveled it up to max.
Yeah, right.
That's a good joke if you're a Final Fantasy VII player.
I never played Final Fantasy. Although James Donald Taylor did a voice in Final Fantasy.
did,
Was it
yeah.
7?
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake. He was he's one of the first bad guys you encounter.
That's so cool. That's so cool. All right, Chris.
Alex Carson says Baby Shark Supremacy. Brad, Justin sporting a Chewbacca shirt. He is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's got some porgs on there.
I've got a Chewbacca tooth on my shirt.
Oh,
And there's Yoda.
nice.
What if somebody came in to get their teeth cleaned, Kara, and they had a hairy tooth?
I would vomit.
So, in your cases of dental studying and history, is there anybody had teeth grow hair, or hair in their mouth?
Yes.
No.
If a person has a mustache or a beard, there are hairs stuck between their teeth.
Well, I thought you meant like
So why should I bother flossing, Kara?
the beard hair does it for you.
Yeah,
Ew.
so beards are
Ew.
amazing.
Well, the other thing I was gonna say but is there anybody that has a deformity where their gums grow hair,
There's hairy tongue.
hairy tongue?
That's like
Black hairy
incredibly
tongue.
bad if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Like you're real boned if you got hairy tongue.
It's gross.
But is it real hair or is it just?
It's the
It's a
papilla.
condition.
The papilla on your tongue just overgrow, basically.
Yeah, got
I
it.
think
So
that's
it's
what
not
it is. Yeah.
hair.
No.
It's just hair
Let's see.
look like.
I'm sure there's somebody with some real broken DNA that just has a mohawk on their tongue.
Here you go.
I'm unhappy that made Justin.
What the heck? Like, I thought that was fake.
Oh,
like,
no,
I did
that's
not
real.
know that was a legit thing that happened.
You.
Go
I'm
show
not
it.
looking.
Go show it.
No,
Yes,
no. People can Google. People
that's what-
can Google. We're not a
Google it right now.
We're not a.
Pause this episode. We'll wait. Go
Chris,
Google
I'll
it.
tell a story.
Okay.
I'll tell a
It's
story.
so
Real quick, Brad wants to know
nasty.
if a tongue can get dandruff, and Cam says this is way too hilarious.
No, you cannot get tongue dandruff.
Okay, so speaking of things that don't belong in your mouth.
Oh
so-
no, this is a setup to a story. over here.
Kara did not send Chris a picture, though. You didn't.
Oh wait, which one? Which picture?
This has to be a chip story then.
No, this is my lunch story.
Oh,
yeah.
So Justin, I will address you, so I'm not ignoring your presence here. So,
This is the part where Jeremy just self-indulges for 90 minutes every Saturday.
this is great material. This is great.
don't show everybody, but I'll
Okay.
tell Justin this
I'll
story.
show it in a bit.
Well, you show it in a bit. So when I can, I'll bring lunch to work, right? Mm-hmm. So it saves money, you save time because you don't have to run errands. It's especially really nice in the winter. So Kara's been making or packing up lunches for me of leftovers from the night before, and that's what I've been having. And then in the morning, I'll try to grab them, but sometimes I forget. So Thursday morning, she left before me because I have to take Chip to daycare,
Your
we
mom
deal with
comes, you have to
the-
wait for your mom to get
yeah,
there.
It just takes a little bit. So Kara leaves and she pulls the lunch out of the fridge and sets it on the counter for me. So the night before
Otherwise, he'll forget.
We had a hot dish and we had a cucumber salad. Okay, so it was like cut up cucumber and a sauce and some other stuff. And when I looked, I clearly saw the hot dish in the top container. And then
Why wouldn't I stack them together, Jeremy?
they were
They were not stacked together.
stacked
Nope.
together.
Nope.
That is
Nope.
the kicker part.
Nope. They were not stacked together.
Let's pause just for a second because you guys are arguing. Daryl says All right, buckle in. It's Grandpa Jerem's story time. And then Brad said, we need to have a Jeremy challenge where we can see if any random topic or jump-off point he will have a story.
We did kind of do that at one point. We should do it again.
So what I'm going to do for an episode is I will pick random topics that I feel very confident that Jeremy won't have a related story to.
Right.
I'll pick like 10 of them. And then we can just like randomly select a couple of them and see if it works.
Jeremy, like, oh, that reminds me of the time.
So here I am. I've got my Tupperware. Now from my view, I look down. The lid's opaque, and the sides are glass, and I have my hot dish set on top of it. So I toss it in my gym bag. It stayed stacked all the way even in my gym bag. I walk in.
That's a strong gym bag.
I pull out my lunch. I put it in my fridge, and people are giving me weird looks. And then I go to eat lunch. I pull the top off. I eat my hot dish. And then the cucumber salad doesn't need to be microwaved because it's cold, right? And I opened the lid at my desk, and it was Kara's previous lunch, which was corn on the cob and a hamburger, okay?
Here.
So this is what...
All right, so remember, Jeremy, line it up with your chair.
Okay, line it up with my chair. That is what I opened to find was Kara's old lunch. So Wyatt saw, he put it into the fridge in the morning, and he's like, what
compost.
Kind of diet is Jeremy on where he's eating a cob with no corn on it? Because he can see through the glass.
You got to think, how many grams of fiber per bite does a corn cob have?
Oh, man. So I was like so depressed. I was expecting as half my lunch was just recycled Kara's old lunch.
They weren't stacked together either.
Now admit, you came home from work, you took out the Tupperware, and you put it on the counter.
Above the dishwasher.
Which is right next to where you pulled the food out.
No, the food is about 5 feet away on the corner of the
Our
cabinet.
kitchen counter is probably 5 feet long total.
No, it's not. At least 7 feet.
Yeah, right.
Now it's up to
It
you,
depends on which counter.
the audience at home, to decide which one is telling the truth. Find out next time on Rise of the
Right?
Podcast.
If we split the difference between Kara's story and my story, where they were stacked together and 5 feet apart, you still get 2.5 feet, which is like, okay, why would there be Tupperware out that's not dealt with, right?
Well, I'm confused. Wait, so the one with the used compost, the thing that you're not supposed to
Yes.
like that was not in the fridge. That was just outside.
Yes, and to do me a favor so I didn't forget, she pulled my lunch out of the fridge and set it
And
in
I
the
put
but
it
clearly
on
not
the
taken care of.
corner of the counter
you
so
didn't-
he would see it.
But you didn't open it yet.
His
No,
Tupperware one?
the one that you used, it wasn't
No,
open.
I didn't open it yet. I'm horrible at dishes.
So
Yeah,
here's
we're
what
just
I'll say.
close
Here's what I'll say.
together.
So here's what you need to imagine. Their kitchen is in the shape of like a horseshoe.
Yep.
Right? An upside down horseshoe. So the top of the bow is where the sink is.
Yep,
Right.
in the middle of the horseshoe.
Right so then on one side is like the fridge and a little bit of counter space and the stove. And then the other side, I would say, is probably closer to 6 or 7 feet long.
Yep.
And anywhere on that side of the counter, I would not consider remotely dirty dish territory.
Exactly.
The dishwasher's there.
Yeah, but the things go in the dishwasher.
Yeah, so I feel like
Unless
this is just the
Jeremy
way
goes
I
in the
operate a
sink.
kitchen. The sink is the staging area, regardless of where it is, for where dirty dishes go.
Yeah,
That's like
true.
the processing center,
Even if
regardless
you-
if it needs a rinse or not.
Even if you didn't want to empty it, you should have just put it in the sink. Because
So-
like
I get it. Like you're in a hurry, right in the morning.
Actually, you know what? I took it out. I didn't take it out the night before. I emptied it on
And-
my
and
way out the door.
I guarantee you that's what happened. She
So that's
went to
why I
put her
didn't.
lunch in, and it was already, her lunch bag was full. She's like, oh, she pulls that out and sets it down, stocks her lunch and takes off.
Yeah, that's what it was.
You know, because it's always a whirlwind in the morning.
Derek of Derek Stark fame.
Oh, yeah.
Says this episode should be called Rise of the Excuses. Sheesh.
That's all. Well, it's so funny we have Justin on, but I'm just like, I'm so used to my classic intro that.
I'm trying to picture so you straight up ate corn on the cob at work? Is that?
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen someone do that.
Really?
I mean, it sounds amazing, but I guess it's kind of
it
it's
was
corn
a
on the cob's
burger?
kind of like an awkward thing to eat to me. Where
Well,
I'm
because
just
the juices squirt everywhere and the
you
butter.
know, you're getting things stuck in your teeth, and then there's always.
Well, she
like-
works at a dentist office, so she's
Yeah,
probably
there's
got every tool
floss,
possible.
like in every
Yeah.
nook and cranny of my
I just feel like
workplace.
it's one of those meals that people are always judging the way you're eating it. Like,
Yeah.
God.
Oh,
okay.
he does
Not
a
a corn on
typewriter
the cob.
style? What
Right.
a fool.
Well, so that's one thing I've always noticed is my parents and her parents, the
Oh.
cob is immaculate. Like there's not one, and it looks 4 sides are all just square. When I'm done eating it, it's rounded, and there's just tons of kernels.
It's
left
like
over.
carnage, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
carnage.
Yeah, so like that. So my dad is a firm believer of like, even if you have corn on the cob, he just takes the knife and goes vep off the cob onto the plate.
Yep.
He won't eat it off the cob.
Really?
If
But
you get braces,
that's half
that's
the
how you have to
fun.
cook
Yeah.
it. Or, you have to.
I just think he doesn't like the sensation of having to like rip it off of the.
Well,
Cob.
I got glasses, right? When you bite in, I can't tell you how many vertical juices spray across your glasses. That's the worst.
Are you supposed to spin it this way, or if you
Yeah,
spun it
right,
the other
right.
way, would
It's
it
like
be
the great
better?
toilet
Spin
paper
it down
debate.
instead.
Yeah, over under.
When I eat my cob, I like to go like one full, like it's almost divided into 4 sections. Go one complete circular rotation around, and then the next one. I don't do typewriter style because
So
Really?
I do a mix of the two. I'll do one straight line across, and then I'll do the wrap around. So then I have it started, and I'm not like constantly getting, I don't know.
does that make it cleaner? A cleaner experience?
For me, yes.
I think we should do a podcast on this, on just how to eat corn on the cob properly.
Well, in one of the episodes, we talked about somebody called me out for the way I make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I did.
Well, so when I make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I put.
How do you
piece of
make a
bread
peanut
down.
butter and jelly sandwich?
I don't
Yeah.
put jelly on it.
Ah!
Yeah, I don't like
Do you have
jelly.
any like banana
No, I'm
honey?
boring. I just like the peanut butter. Yeah.
Butter?
I mean,
Lots of peanut butter, not butter. Just
Have you
lots
ever
of
had a peanut butter and butter? It's really.
It makes the
Really?
peanut butter slide better.
It's unbelievable, dude.
It's so
They're
good.
really good.
But-
So what I do though is I put the bread down, then I put the peanut butter down, then I put the jelly on top of it, then I take the piece of bread and I put it on top. That's how I do it. But apparently, a lot of people they do peanut butter on one side, jelly on the other, and then they put it together, and that just is carnage.
But doesn't your like? So don't you got to go for more than 1 scoop of jelly? Because doesn't that like leave some peanut butter residue?
It does,
And
but then you end up with goober, is what they call it. Like,
yeah. Well, so
Goobers
here's
is Smackers. They sell it mixed.
Smuckers.
now. Smuckers.
Maybe not everyone who's
Here's-
accessing the jelly wants to have a little bit of peanut butter.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Here's where I argue that people are just not thinking clearly. So when you're spreading your peanut butter, what do you have? A peanut butter cleaning device for your knife, right?
Yep.
Literally, all you have to do is like when you spread your peanut butter on, you just run the knife down one of the edges.
Yeah.
And it's clean, and then you can go for the jelly. I actually use 2 utensils. I go for a spoon for the jelly.
Do you really?
Smart.
Yep.
You spoon it out?
I spoon it out, and then I use the backside of the spoon to spread it.
Smart.
Yeah.
Weird is smart.
It is
Wait,
smart.
it's opposite of concave.
What?
Convex.
Yeah, well, so if no, I use the back of the spoon.
Right, but it's still like you don't, it's like a car tire at that point. It's like driving all over your
Yeah, but
sandwich.
like you can edge it and whatever. It's
Yeah.
like there's a lot more control of the back of a spoon than you get it credit for. So Daryl had some corn on the cob related comments, but Brad wants to say that Jeremy makes a mess of everything.
I do though.
It's true.
Daryl says the only time he cut the corn off of his cob was when he lost all 4 of his front teeth at once.
Yeah.
I had a little kid patient like that the other day. It was so cute.
He
Yeah,
said
no
he would
front
just
teeth.
leave 2 little
No front
lines down the
teeth.
cob like
It
the
was
world's
so
saddest vegan vampire.
Wait, what?
He would just leave 2 little lines down the cob like the world's saddest vegan vampire. That's hilarious.
Oh, man.
All right, so now that we're a solid half hour into the show, Justin, our guest today, is here representing not 1 but 2 YouTube channels. The Daily Cinephile, his newest channel that started. I creeped on your channel a little bit. You created the channel like August of last year.
Yes.
But I don't know if the intent was to start a Jan 1, but that was like the new year time is about when you started doing daily videos with that channel. Then of course the world famous Cinephile Studios that like
World famous.
I wouldn't think that watching somebody talk about the movies that they picked up recently would be as interesting as it is, but I get sucked in every freaking time you do a Monday movie pickup. It's like, oh, I've seen that movie, or oh, that looks interesting. It's like, and then before you know it, like 15 to 25 minutes is just evaporated as he discusses like these things, like in the esoterica and the random knowledge you have about all of these things is just like incredibly interesting. Anyway, so why don't you tell us a little bit about your channels and what you're up to?
Yeah. No, I started the Daily Cinephile because I wanted to do something like that for a while, and then yeah, it was just a matter of doing it finally. I decided to make it a New Year's resolution, and I was like, let's see if I can be creative every single day, because I like making videos, but sometimes they just take too long to do it all, and you gotta edit, you gotta especially when you're doing movie reviews, you gotta take the clips from the video, you gotta like also write down your thoughts and have it really well written, and it's a tough process, and I love doing it, but yeah, I definitely want to find ways to be like creative every day, and then focus my attention towards something that's a little easier to do and still gives my day something creative to do. So that's why I started doing daily videos. I guess it's not really easy though. That's the one thing, because like at first it was like I could think of topics pretty quickly, but now, especially with the world still sort of being shut down, we're kind of getting to the point now where it's not, but definitely wasn't getting out as much traveling as I could possibly do, especially like in the Duluth area. Well, like one of the things that disappointed me right away, I actually wrote down notes about Inger Tower because I was going to go there and do a daily video there. And then I found out it was closed for the public. Like you couldn't go there.
Really?
Yeah.
Recently it reopened. So like now I can go there. But whenever I thought about doing it a couple months ago, yeah, I went there and it was closed. Like,
That's a bummer.
I guess I could have walked past the gate, but it's such a long walk and it was snowing. I was like, ugh. But, I was shocked that it was closed. I was like, really, that too? And so definitely, and I've mentioned that in the videos before, like this was probably like the worst year to start a daily channel because like so much of it has just been in my house. I'm like,
I'm inside again. Today I'm going to eat coffee grounds.
Yeah, well, I did do that.
Usually you'd think that that's like a day 283 problem.
It was last year, probably. When you were really trapped inside.
Alex wants to say, Cinephile Studios is world famous. Don't deny it, Justin, in all caps.
Well, that's she's from California, so I guess it's at least California famous.
Well, Brad is, out there too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you have to think statistically
Yes.
speaking, it's easier to get people on the coast because the population centers are concentrated.
Right.
It's like, I'm surprised that we don't have anybody watching from New York, to be completely honest. Well, I guess live it's 8:30 at night there.
Right.
Which everybody goes out to dinner at 9 o'clock at night in New York for some reason.
Juliet and Swanky are on the East Coast.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
Close.
So, no, I take that. Yes, you're correct.
Chris wants north.
But yeah, so it's like, I'm surprised that like New York City, a major, not that
If
that
my
land is not a
sister
major.
tuned in, we'd have Maine covered.
Yeah.
But who cares about Maine? All viewership destroyed. No, it's just I'm kind of interested that we don't have anybody
Maine
from
is
another
beautiful.
major population center. Like even like maybe we do and they just don't talk. But like at Dallas or Austin or New York City or something, Miami, whatever. Because you would think statistically speaking, you just have so many more potential people to watch from those areas.
Right.
But I digress.
It's
So I gotta know, do you have with the Daily Cinephile, do you have like a favorite one that sticks out that you're like, oh, that was a cool one, that was a fun thing?
I really like the one that I did where I just did like the real-time process of putting my movies away on my shelf because I had never seen anything like that on YouTube. Also, it's like the most viewed video. So I've noticed that going through like my video collection seems to be the videos that not only do the best on the main channel, but also on the new channel. So I'm like, maybe that's just all I should focus on. Any marketer at this point would be like, Justin, you just do that. And I'm like, good point. Plus, I mean, like, it's not literally as complex as doing movie reviews. Maybe I should just talk about the things I own.
Yeah, nobody cares about your opinion. They just want to know what you got.
Oh, man, there's some controversial reviews out there. But
I got some beef with your Ice Age review, by the way.
we can get to that. No, but, like, I like that video the most because it was 30 minutes long, and it was one of those things that I've always wanted to do or try, just to be like, you all got to see how long this process is of just putting movies away. You wouldn't think it would take up that much time, but it really does. I did have a huge stack, but people really like that one. I think that, especially people who have collections of like anything, where like they just kind of relate to it. Yeah, so that's been my favorite one so far, and I definitely want to just try. It's definitely to try out more ideas like that, but it's a lot of since it's not a channel that I'm doing a whole lot of editing on the videos. It's got to be more focused on either talking about certain topics or just showcasing things that I've always wanted to showcase in some way, but really meant to be a real-time setting where there's not a whole lot of cutting and, typical vlog like, whoa, it's just slow it down. Like, I like that one where I went in the woods, too, and I looked at my old forts. Yeah. Because it was kind of like a slower video, and even to me, I was like, I feel like this is kind of like awkward in a way because there's such long spaces of no talking, or there's me where I just kind of trail off and then I don't finish my point or something. But I kind of like those because I don't know, I like those slice of life type of videos. Yeah.
Oh, people love organizational stuff. So when hence Kara's corn on the cob, I mean that got left out.
The precisely organized corn on the cob.
I buy a pack of Digimon cards, and Kara's like, "All right, let me see those suckers." by color, then by alphabetical order, then by let's sleeve them, then let's get them organized, let's get them in with the rest of them, and she just loves you just love the organizing of it.
I do.
So it's like the movie, like the putting your movies away and stuff like that. It's like
There's a satisfaction level
Yeah.
to being like, you know when you're done doing it.
Yep.
The
Exactly.
completing stuff feels awesome.
Yep.
Just sit there and embrace it for a second. Be like, I did this, and now I can do it differently if I want. Because I've thought about I do it by title right now, but I've thought about maybe doing it differently. I'm getting all the Oscar movies that have won the Oscar for Best Picture, so I kind of want to put those in one spot, all in order.
Yeah.
And maybe do some like just the Pixar movies and the Disney movies and
And what you need to
How
do
did Blockbuster do it? You should do it like that.
true.
New releases.
for all your Oscar winners, you need to 3D print an Oscar
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah.
as like the bookends for it
That'd
or
be cool,
whatever.
yeah.
I could win an actual Oscar.
There you go.
Yeah,
3D
we gotta
print
win
would be
2
better.
so you can actually get the bookends.
Wait, what was your issue with the Ice Age review? What was?
Well, it's just like because I grew up with it, like so, like it was not like my childhood necessarily, but like I was like an early teen-ish time when it came out, and I watched it a lot, and there's just one of those things where it's like if you grow up with something. So this is the reverse argument to the Knight's Tale argument I had with everybody last week. Where it's like because I didn't grow up with it, I don't care about it.
Right.
It's like because it's like it was such like a formative like this is, and I remember being blown away by the CGI, and it's terrible. It's pretty bland. Now
It's okay.
but yeah,
I
like
mean,
it was fun
yeah.
for a Fox Animations like big deal thing or whatever. Like, but I feel like the reason they chose the Ice Age is because like okay, if you make everything white, we don't need to worry about all this detail of like a forest.
That's
or
a good
anything.
point. Yeah, yeah. It's all white background, so it's not like even when the opening scene happens and there's the avalanche, you can't even really tell what's going on.
Yeah.
And you know, I didn't really even think about it till you said that, but yeah, that's probably why they did that. Yeah.
I mean, who
So,
doesn't
but-
love the squirrel though?
Yeah, Scrat.
I like
Scrat.
Scrat.
I mean, Scrat's
So
the
that
best.
like
And is
his
the
non
mammoth-
sequiturs, like you said, are completely unrelated to any of the context of the rest of the film. It's just like we're gonna insert these like 6 30-second long short films into this longer movie.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
I didn't hate the movie. I think I even
Yeah.
said that. I was like,
Yeah, you're like, it's all right.
I didn't
Yeah.
grow up with it.
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like it's one of those things where it's like he doesn't like the thing that I like. I don't have any actual beef. It was just I needed to put some contention out there to try and rope people into continue watching.
I went through my videos recently, and I wanted to see which ones had like the most dislikes because it's usually reviews and people
Yeah.
disagree. And one of them was Big Daddy, which is kind of weird because I actually gave that movie a slightly positive review. Like I actually kind of said I liked the movie, but I guess people didn't enjoy the fact that I didn't like it enough.
Yeah.
Like because I think I pointed out that it's not as good as I remember, and that was enough for people to be like, done. I was like, I still said I like it. And
Well, that was our good bad series. People were like, "This movie is really really good. I can't believe you're dissing Attack of the Clones." And it's like, we have a video
We have
where
a
we
whole
talk
video.
about how it's good.
And it's not like literally we made sure at the beginning of every single one that we explained the premise. It's like this movie or this video we're talking about why it's crappy. We have another video where all we do is heap praise on it. And if
No,
you don't
no.
agree with us with this one, you can watch that one.
it's because
And
they
it's
read the title.
Yeah, it's exactly
Yeah,
it.
exactly. And then like in the very first 2 lines of the description also say the same thing, and we pin a comment that says the same thing. So it's like you cannot not know unless you disregard all of that and literally just see the title, click on it, thumbs down, flame.
Yep.
You know, another one is See No Evil, Hear No Evil. You ever heard of that movie?
I've heard of it.
Is
I've
that
not seen
the?
it.
Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of something else.
It's Gene Wilder.
Oh, it is that one.
Yeah, Gene Wilder,
I
Richard Pryor.
Did not like that movie.
I think Gene Wilder is the one who's deaf, and Richard Pryor is blind. And that's just kind of hijinks ensue. And it's like not the funniest movie, to be honest. That's kind of my whole point of that review. But I had mentioned in the review that I was like, I guess I don't know if people would find this offensive. But anyways, I'll just move on. I just had pointed out that maybe people of, you know, who are blind or deaf would find it offensive, but I said, but I guess I don't know if they would. It's just, it doesn't seem like it's being too hurtful. That's all I really said. And everybody comments like, oh, you're just overly PC with your book, and just
Oh
going
my
on. And I was
gosh.
like, bro, like I didn't even say that it was offense. I just was questioning. And then I moved on and I mentioned how the movie just kind of wasn't funny, and no one brings that up. Everyone just brings up,
Yep.
and I was like, but the biggest one was, of all things, Crash. Like
Really?
the movie that won Best Picture in 2006, like everybody, like it's pretty split. Like there's a lot of people who agree that, because I just said that I don't really like the movie, but I don't think people would hate the movie as much if it didn't win Best Picture.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things that polarizes people more because they got elevated.
Right. It's
Brad
like,
says Crash sucked.
but there's tons of people who love the movie, and then so like, and I literally mentioned in the movie, I was like, I think I get the point that it's trying to make. I just don't think they made the point very well or had the best standing to make it or whatever. Who knows what I said? I say so many things.
Yeah.
but,
So actually, like I got some chat to catch up with, but we make some. I feel this is a content creator's problem.
Mm-hmm.
We make so much stuff that it's like it's impossible to remember everything that we've said
Right.
or everything that we've like if we've told a story or if we like expressed an opinion or whatever. And I guarantee you could go back through, and if you wanted to fine tooth comb, you could see any one of us taking stances on both sides of the same topic at different points in time.
mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like that's kind of the dangerous line we have to tread as content creators. Is like when you put opinions out there, people will just be like, they'll think that that's like the defining. It's like you not liking Crash is like at the core of your being, where it's really just like it doesn't make a difference to you whether you liked the movie or not.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But chat catching up. So we have some questions for you, so we'll get to those in a second. Brad says that that See No Evil was a good movie. It's crazy funny or just stupid funny. And then Gabe says, I made it.
Yeah.
Yay, Gabe.
And so we have two questions. So Alex wants to know, are there any YouTube projects for either of your channels or projects outside of your presence on YouTube that you're excited about right now?
Yeah.
Next question.
I know what she's talking about because we've been planning a big old. She's got her own YouTube channel where she does some video reviews or movie reviews, but also kind of like really cool movie analysis and.
Well, let us know. I'll
What's her channel name?
Right. Alex Carson is the way to find her. So I guess I would start there, but like that. We're planning kind of something right now where we were going to talk about Roger Rabbit because it's a movie that both of us really like. And when it was the 30th anniversary in 2018, we both made a Roger Rabbit video around the same time to celebrate the 30th anniversary. And we both didn't really know that. And then we like posted it. And we had already known on each other before that. But we're like, oh, yeah, we both did that. So then we kind of started planning a separate collaboration where eventually it turned into like we're both going to be talking about Roger Rabbit again on each of our channels.
On the 60th anniversary.
I mean, it's been so long in the making that probably, but like more than likely, I want it to be in June for its 33rd annivery because that would be the 32nd, yeah, or 33rd. I keep forgetting that's not 2020 anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, 33rd anniversary. Other projects though, I don't like saying anything though because then then I don't do it and then everyone comes after me because I didn't do it. But I have things swirling. I gotta come here when I'm actually promoting something.
Yeah,
like
for
so.
Sure.
You got two YouTube channels. Let's not to promote.
Well, there's that. Okay, so I have a new channel. I haven't been here since that's happened technically, but yeah, like I gotta hold that to me. The next time I come, it'll be because I'm promoting something. So I have to actually be working on something new by then. It'll force me to be working on something new.
Well, if you want to come back,
so what we should do is like we'll schedule you for like August 3rd or something, right? And just put the heat on you. You've got 2.5 months, to come up with something.
Yeah.
And if all of a sudden we're like Justin's actually not on because he, no, I have the exact same mentality. There's dozens and dozens of like just for between Jeremy and I, there's tons of stuff that we want to do that we're not announcing because like we're like a year and a half behind on one huge project that we really want to do. It's just like Walmart 19 messed it up, and then it's like there's a bunch of like just personal life logistics in the way of doing things, and then it's like you have a kid that changes your availability a little bit, so it's like it's all stuff that we're just working around. So it's like completely reasonable to have projects that you're excited about but don't want to talk about because you don't want to.
Gotta keep it on the DL.
And then Brad wants to know, does Justin ever read some of the comments on his vids? And he says, man, YouTube is pretty toxic. And we did sort of address that a little bit with people disagreeing with your reviews, but
yeah.
Do you have any reviews in particular that you want to address? or any comments that you want to address that were like particular. I think it's funny when people get really mad about stuff because like we make goofy like stupid content. So when someone gets like the butts comment, like on our.
Did you hear that story? The butts story. Mm-mm. So I just literally was putting together a Lego minifig, and I did it wrong, and they always laugh when I make mistakes. A minifig, just a legs and a body, because he had a cape for his butt, that like a little butt cape.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so it's like a pauldron, but for his butt. So I'm like, man, I can't believe I forgot the butt cape. And this guy wrote a thesis about my butt comment. He said, frankly, at your age, I came here to watch a video about Legos, and your butts comments are rather off-putting.
It's like completely inappropriate.
Completely inappropriate, especially for someone of your age. Highly immature. Next time, please stick to just Legos or something like that.
Yeah.
This big dissertation about how I shouldn't talk about butts. And it's like,
and there's like a passing comment for a second in a 20-minute long video.
What do you call a Lego butt then?
Yeah.
What do you call it?
Wait, you're not supposed to call. Wait, that's
like
so
the fact that I just said butt made him feel uncomfortable, but it made him.
Everybody's got one.
I hope he's watching now. Or
I see mine replaced. I got a crack in mine.
That's so funny. Bad puns.
We got a bunch of chat coming in, but while I'm organizing how I'm going to read these, do you have, Justin, any memorable comments?
Oh, memorable ones? You know, I can't think of any on the top of my head right now because I haven't been. There's nothing that. Yeah, it's toxic out there, I guess, but I don't get like I got so many like really kind of good comments and people who are interacting that those are the ones I always kind of look at and like. But if there's like anything negative, I just kind of I don't know. I scroll past the comments and I read them all, but really it's still
thick skin, duck in water.
It's just because it's like I don't know if the person's really making a negative comment, I'm like I don't know this person. Of course, if they make a great comment, I'm like you're so nice. Let's be pal. But it's
right.
Like, the negative ones it's never bothered me so much. I get why it bothers people, but it's never been something for me where I'm like
We've had some fun comments where we'll click and see what type of like people will be like, oh, I really love this type of thing, right? So then we click just to see if they have a YouTube channel and they actually make videos or if they just watch. Mm-hmm. And we've seen some awesome like little kids who make really good stop motion or whatever that comment on our videos that are really, really good. It's fun to see.
The people that are at 7 or 8 years old are beyond our ability at like 20 years old to do stop motion.
Yeah, he did a mashup which I thought was really intelligent where when Luke falls gets his hand cut off from the Vader confrontation, he falls and then it changes to red and he has the little minifig drop in front of like a red sheet and then he drops into Snoke's throne room. And I was like, that is a sick transition. Like, that's really well
the
put
logistics
together.
of making that shot actually exist and make sense in stop motion is like, how?
He did a really good job. And so that was kind of cool. Mm-hmm. So
Gabe says, I troll my negative comments on the page sometimes. Brad says, if you can't take a butt joke, you're the butt. Daryl says, I'd love to hear a mean tweet style video on some of the comments. That'd be kind of
fun. That would be good. I love watching the celebrity mean tweets.
I've thought about doing that, like doing a video where, I have a video planned where I was just going to address my least popular reviews, or most contentious, but the whole, like, just reading comments, I thought about it just because I've gotten enough, like, kind of, not like the butt guy, though. They're not that good, but I thought I got a really good one late. You know what, can I grab it?
Yeah,
quick?
of course.
I gotta
for
see.
sure.
I'm pretty sure I got it. It was actually a real positive comment though, and I thought I got it pretty recently, and I'll see if I can find it. But
right.
I think besides the bad reviews of the Star Wars movies, I think the I'm No Jedi live action.
Oh,
that has a lot of great comments.
It has a lot of great ones,
does.
but it's got a lot of bad ones too.
We just got a comment on it, and somebody said Ahsoka's queen or whatever.
Yeah,
and I was like,
that wasn't the live action one. That was the animated one.
Oh, was that the animated one? Yeah.
It's funny how those are like still the two best performing videos on the channel, and they're like a year and a half and a year old or something at this point.
Well, the one is from August of 19, so it's coming up on 2 years old.
Oh my goodness!
Hot dang.
Brad says it's all Chip's fault.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not the bad reviews. The us not getting stuff done.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
well, sooner or later he'll be Chris's intern, and we'll get more stuff done.
Daryl says, what's ironic is that guy will only be ever known as the butt guy to us.
Well, yeah, that is so funny.
It's like the thing that he finds most offensive is now his defining.
I don't know him any other way because he's the guy who commented on butts.
Yep.
That is funny. Oh, man. Oh, that is just too funny.
Now I'm just scrolling forever. Maybe I can't find it. Never mind. I gotta. Yeah, now I'm never gonna.
Well, I mean,
I'll look for it again, but I know I found one because I remember I posted on my Snapchat because it was like so nice. So I was like, oh, this is like the nicest thing anyone ever said. But now I can't.
well,
I'm actually forgetting how many like comments I get on some of those, like the one Saturday morning video, because that's just kind of on a different level on views.
Well, that's not the shirt one, is it? Or is it the shirt one?
What's the shirt one?
Where you went to order a
the
shirt,
one Saturday
morning shirt.
Oh no, it's the other one. The one where I like went over the history of one Saturday morning.
Got
one, the T-shirt. That one was
I was really hoping you were gonna wear that one that they sent you by mistake.
Oh, the gun one. Oh,
Yeah,
should I have worn that here?
I think that's the only shirt you should ever wear when you come on this show because it's the funniest thing ever.
Wait,
to
what
me.
is it?
It's like they sent me the wrong shirt because like I went to this random site that had. You could put the One Saturday Morning logo on a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's cool. I like One Saturday. There's not merchandise for this, so I might as well get it from this random site. And what they sent back to me was a sweatshirt that had like 2 guns on it and something about like, you better start praying to Jesus because you're about to meet him. Like if you, what was it? I forget.
I forget exactly what it was too, but it's something like
me of the, we don't call the police around here. You know, just like that whole mentality. No alarm
but it was
needed.
but it wasn't like even like short and snappy like a good catchphrase would be. It was long. It was like almost like a full paragraph of text about how you're about to get shot, so I hope you're good with Jesus because I am type of thing.
Wow.
Now I want to find this shirt. Actually, you know what? I will find that quick. I got to find what it said. But yeah, like, no, it was ridiculous. And then it was on, but I ordered a blue crew neck. So this logo, this really intense gray logo, with the guns and the, you're about to meet Jesus or whatever, was on a blue crew neck. And I was like, which, like, hardcore grandma is going to be wearing this? Like, who do you think is going to order this on a blue crew neck? I was like, I got, like, the goofy, childlike wonder of One Saturday Morning, not guns a-blazing blue crew neck. Like,
how much more different of an audience could you have for those 2 shirts?
Luckily, what's weird is they actually sent me the right one right after, but they wouldn't take the other one back because like, no, it's fine. And
Nobody was buying it anyways.
I thought it was a joke website, and then like, no, it was real. They like actually messed up, and I was like, oh, okay. And then they sent me the right one. I was like, so what do I do with this other? And now I just still have it.
That's kind of a funny website idea. You just make a business where somebody orders a shirt, but you just always send them the wrong shirt.
No, but what you do is you send the wrong shirt first, then 2 days later you send them the right one. So like they're mad about it for a couple of days, and then they get the right one anyway.
Or the person that ordered before you, like you order, and then the next order is your shirt.
Oh, it's like the pay it forward.
Yes, but you're always ordering someone else's shirt or whatever. Just to
That'd
be
be
silly.
funny.
Just to be silly.
Daryl says, I just listened to the One Saturday Morning song today. Monday morning wake up time.
Are you about to sing it all?
I used to know all the words, of course, because I watched it every freaking Saturday morning. Yep. And I know most of it, but I don't think I could do it all from memory. If it was playing, I could definitely sing along to it.
Isn't that amazing how it works?
Oh Lord, it is a whole whole thing.
Before you break into my house, stand outside and get right with Jesus. Tell him you're on your way.
With guns on it.
And can I?
Yeah,
show
go ahead.
Yeah, hold it
in
over
front of Jeremy's
because
chair.
that's where the focus point is set. A little, yep, and up just a little bit.
Just
there
cover
it
my
is.
face.
With the guns, the bullet's not in the gun, so how is that threatening? I don't know, but.
They're gonna club you with it,
right?
And I was like, well, yeah, I mentioned in the video, I'm like, why is it so much to read? Like, this isn't even given the chance for the person who inevitably, I guess, is getting shot to run away because, like, they gotta read your sweatshirt. They gotta get closer. Is that the point? You're supposed to get.
It just reminds me.
He's coming right at us.
It's so opposite from you, Justin, specifically. It's not even something you'd put in a garage sale because you'd be afraid of owning at one point in your life. You know, like. It's like the mask, you throw it out the window and then it just boomerangs back in again. It's on your bed folded waiting for you.
It's totally my personality. If you come to my house, it's immediately first thing you see is just, it's my gun safe with extra guns and, you know.
The gun safe is made out of guns.
I sit on a rocking chair on my front porch just all day like. waiting for you to come by.
Gran
It's like,
Turismo.
It's not he doesn't sit on the
Gran
Iron
Turismo?
Throne.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
essentially Clint
Gran
Eastwood,
Torino.
yeah.
Gran Torino.
In Gran Torino, yeah.
Gran Torino is a great
That
movie.
is a good
It is a great movie.
So
but
good. Clint Eastwood is
Have you seen
awesome.
Gran Torino? I don't think you have you, Kara?
No,
Yeah, that's a good movie.
It is a really good movie.
there are many
This is
movies
like,
I haven't seen.
This is like the golden 2000s era resurgence of Clint Eastwood.
Yep.
Oh,
It's really,
yeah.
really good.
Brad said that shirt design would look great on a tank top.
I should just cut the arms off and I have like a really warm, fuzzy tank top.
Oh. It's like when you got to keep the core warm but the arms cool.
It actually fits the genre of the shirt even more then.
Yeah.
It's true.
That was
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I think
We can hop in your
I got to do a little bit of research here, but what we're going to do, we have a special surprise, which isn't really a surprise. I had to spoil it just to get people prepared for it. But
I don't know what we're doing, so
Okay, well, so I will explain the rules, but ladies and gentlemen,
it's
yours.
that's mine.
it's the IMDb game! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the IMDb game. The way the game works is the contestants have to guess whether or not an actor or actress has appeared in more films or fewer films than screen legend Sean Connery.
Now say it right, Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
Exactly.
May
Get
he
off
rest
my
in peace.
submarine.
Right?
So that just reminds me of that's. So Sean Connery, I saw a funny meme and it was a roofing company, and it said, "Hot shingles in your area," like
Oh,
you know, whatever.
boy.
And then it showed Sean Connery and it said, "Hot shingles, you should."
Why?
That is incredible.
That's
Yes.
so funny.
All right, so here we are in the IMDb game. This is a game that I made up at this point, a decade ago.
Isn't that insane?
To kill time working at a gas station, and literally all I'm going to do is I am on IMDb on my phone. I will look up an actor or actress. The number.
You guys could, the comments could name something.
Well, I want the people to
Guess?
to guess in the comments. So please, if in the spirit of the game, do not look up how many films are credited for Sean Connery to have appeared in. This is a game that's solely based on your impression of Sean Connery's proliferation of films and the competing actor or actresses. So you will be awarded 1 point if you're correct, no points if you're incorrect. We'll play 5 rounds, and if we need a tiebreaker, we can go on from there. And so the scorecards are a little janky, so it'll take me a second to update the scores in between each round. But I think that we should jump right into it. Does anybody have an actor or actress off the top that they're thinking of? Otherwise, I have. Oh, my screen just went out. Anybody off the top of your head that you were interested in to see if you can guess?
Justin, you're the guest here. Do
Am
you
I-
have,
am
do you have
I-
a favorite actor or actress?
I love Tom Hanks.
Well, Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is a great
Oh,
choice.
that's a solid one.
So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to double check because it's been about 5 or 6 years since I played this regularly. Just to
Wait
see.
to remember how many movies Sean Connery was
So
in.
do we
Yeah.
have to like write down how many movies we think he was in, or just if he did more or less?
All you have to write down is more or less for the actor or actress competing against Sean Connery.
How wild would it be if they were just in the same number of movies?
I guess that is also a choice.
But that's got to be slim pickings.
Plus, I mean, like Tom Hanks is still doing movies, so like
Ah!
literally just at this moment, it would have to be the same. Without another movie being released. So his last movie, I think, was that one where he's like the guy on the horse and he delivers the news that no one could see because what'd you call it, the Walmart party?
Walmart 19.
Yeah, Walmart 19 was still going on. So no one really went to the theaters. I think it was called News of the World. But yeah, that would have to be his last movie. So if he has the same number of movies after that movie, that's like, that'd be wild.
I guess I don't know of any of his current movies. Like,
He was Sully, and he was the guy, Captain Phillips, and then he was Walt Disney in Saving Mr. Banks. He pretty much played
I
every
suppose.
significant, famous.
Didn't he
Yeah.
also-
Santa Claus, technically.
He was Mr. Rogers.
I was gonna say he was Mr. Rogers. That was the
Yeah.
one I was. When you said
Oh,
Olsen.
right. So we're going with Tom Hanks, you said.
Yes.
So Tom Hanks, in round 1 of the IMDb game, has Tom Hanks appeared in more films or less films than Sean Connery? We will reveal our answers.
Did you read it?
Wait, we're supposed to. Oh,
Yep. So write down your answers now.
I got to go quick.
Yep. Sorry, I thought you guys had already written it down because you'd heard
I thought I had to be like,
in a standard round, I'll say it. I'll give you a few seconds, then we'll go. So we'll reveal our answers in 3, 2, 1.
Oops.
All right. Jeremy has more, Kara has more, and Justin has more. You know what's hilarious, Justin? They've appeared in the same number of films.
No
Wait,
way.
what?
They have
serious?
appeared in the exact same number
What?
of films.
No, is that
That's
legit?
100% legitimate. I almost laughed when I looked it up.
Oh
It's like they
my
both
gosh.
appeared
What's going on?
in the same number.
No.
So now, Chris, you can change your game as of right now. Has this person been in more or less movies than Tom
Oh
Hanks?
my gosh.
Wow.
So congratulations on making it so I don't have to update the score for round 1.
Wow.
So that is how a round works. I can't
That
believe that
blows
you
my
brought.
mind. Wait, how is that possible? Really?
They have appeared in the same number of films.
That drives me nuts. That is like
That's crazy.
I feel like I'm just in a simulation at the moment, and said simulator's like, ha, this is funny. Like,
Yeah, you
let's
rolled
throw
two,
that in
two
real quick.
20s in a row here. All right, so for round 2, we're going to take a suggestion from Brad. We're going to go with Glenn Close.
Oh.
As Glenn Close appeared in more or fewer films than Sean Connery. And this takes me a second to actually get it pulled up, so you actually have some time here.
Am I supposed to write fewer or less?
Either
If that's
one.
what
I
I
don't know which is. I don't know what is actually correct. All right.
Bad choice. I'm trying to do block letters. We'll just abbreviate. Sorry.
I love you.
All right.
All right. We'll reveal our answers in 3, 2, 1. Jeremy says NR.
No, MR, Mister. More.
Jeremy says more. Kara says less, and Justin says less. She has appeared in more films.
What?
Sean
No.
Connery.
For real?
For real.
Glenn's busy.
Yes.
She's making films.
Okay, I swear the only movies I've seen her in was
101
the remake of
Dalmatians.
South Pacific and 101
Yeah,
Dalmatians.
101 Dalmatians.
Wasn't she in Devil Wears Prada?
That's
No,
not
that's-
her. That's Meryl Streep. I always get that confused too.
Really?
Like,
How do
I
you guys
always-
get the two mixed up?
I don't know, but I think it's because she played pretty much the same kind of role in 101 Dalmatians. I just mentioned this. I said, Disney now owns The Devil Wears Prada. They could make a movie where the lady from Devil Wears Prada, Meryl Streep, could meet up with Glenn Close from 101 Dalmatians.
That's a cool movie.
It would be the greatest
actually.
like villain battle of all time.
I'm
do it.
Not gonna
There
lie,
you go.
I just love seeing that number 1 there.
Well, I mean, Meryl Streep is probably the.
How do I get over it?
Ding, 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 ding.
I wish I had the graphical control to be able to manipulate
like
that.
right.
Right,
around.
right. Just have it swat away. with the old computer, Chris, you might have been able to have the graphic processing power to do that, but
No,
not on
maybe.
this new one. All right, next.
Well,
actor.
good
All
job,
right.
Jeremy.
So we'll go with Alex wants to know how you guys think about Morgan Freeman.
Oh,
Morgan Freeman, is he appeared in more films or fewer films than Sean Connery?
I'm excited. All right, I feel I'm not gonna. It's so hard to see, but well, they're written. Chris will.
If I had a faster phone, you
It's
guys
probably
would
the
have
same
less
amount
time.
I got
again.
it. You're gonna team up with Mike and his Arduino army. We are gonna have him make little LED panels. So then when we flip them around, they're little LED panels. We just hit.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So again, feel free to play along at home and comment down below whether or not you feel these actors have appeared in more or fewer.
You know what's funny is the 10 in the back of Justin's whiteboard. You could just hold that up and you'd have 10 points.
Only if I was in the other layer somehow right now.
Yeah. All right, I've looked it up. What are our answers in 3, 2, 1? We have more, and more across the board. Congratulations, he's appeared in more films.
He has been in a lot.
He is very, very prolific. I will say it's not even close between the two of them.
Really?
It's embarrassing how he's basically lapped Sean Connery.
So, if we don't have any suggestions, there's two I'm trying to pick ones that might be similar. So there's 2 actors that come to mind.
So that's the thing. You could think that they're close, and they're not even.
Right.
D. Bradley Baker.
Well, he's been in a billion.
Yeah, so yeah, voice actors are kind of easy.
Yeah, because they've got so many small parts.
Fine.
But Chris, do you need any suggestions?
No, I actually have one from Brad that just came in. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
You see, that's the perfect one because it's like
He was
you could
all over the
almost-
place in the 80s and 90s.
I know, you could almost say samesies, but
Ooh, Alex, we're definitely going to go with yours in the next round.
Two I was thinking it was Val Kilmer or Will Smith.
I've done Val Kilmer and Will Smith before.
Have you?
Yeah. So this is round 3. Is everybody? Oh, I guess I have to look up the thing. Continue to talk about yourselves. I get so wrapped up into.
I'm already forgetting that you said John. I'm like sitting here thinking about it, and then I'm like,
I mean, have you reviewed or seen Bloodsport?
no.
That
I don't think I've seen any Jean-Claude
What?
Van Damme movie.
Time Cop.
You gotta
Double
watch it.
Impact.
I mean, if you had to pick one, what one would you pick?
Oh, best Jean-Claude Van Damme
Street
movie?
Fighter.
Street Fighter's honestly pretty solid.
He's the villain in that.
Lionheart.
He's the good guy.
No, he's the
I
good guy.
don't think
He's-
I've
he's
seen
not-
any of
he's
his
not
movies. I don't
M.
even know who it
Bison.
is.
I knew that he was in an episode of Friends. I saw that.
I haven't seen.
Oh
Is that
man,
where-
go to his IMDb page and look at this mullet that he has. It is insane.
It's gonna roll around.
You need to see Bloodsport.
I'll
That
check
movie's
it out.
Bloodsport-
I
yeah,
heard that.
Bloodsport's great.
I heard
Every-
Bloodsport's good.
Any movie he was in between like 1985 and 1997, just watch. All right, I have the results in. We'll reveal our answers in 3, 2, 1. We have less, and more. He has appeared in less movies than
Yeah.
Tied it up.
That's right.
Yes.
No, he was in
Yes.
so much though.
Now we all have 2, which means we all basically are tied and should all just have 0 again.
That's
the
true.
same thing.
That's true.
but it doesn't reflect how much you've earned up to this point.
I'm just, honestly, I'm still shocked that Tom Hanks, as of now, has been in the same number of movies. As
That's
Sean.
funny.
that's mind
Are
blowing.
you including? So it's IMDb. Is there like a section for just like acting roles, or is
Yeah,
it
so
like,
if you click on all filmography, it breaks it down by actor, director, writer, producer. So I'm just going by their actor
okay.
credits.
Does that include like television? Does that include like
Yeah.
like
No, because they have a
documentaries?
self section. So if they're on TV, it says self.
Oh, okay. So
Well-
like, it's
So
not-
for example, Jean-Claude Van Damme has appeared as himself 100 times.
okay.
But
you-
he's appeared as a director twice, producer 13 times.
IMDb does count like
acting
acting in
not
like
as himself.
Friends.
Oh,
That will
Stuff like
count. So
that.
not just starring roles, just anything they've appeared in.
okay. All right. That's
So like you might run into somebody who like might have started up in the 70s when they ran through like the gamut of all the NBC dramas and all the CBS dramas for like their one-shot episodes, and that really bulks out their score.
mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting choices. Okay, so this is round 3 of 5, and we're gonna use Alex's suggestion of Christopher Lloyd.
Ooh. Ooh.
Don't be afraid to guess opposite of me to shake things up.
I'm curious, chat. Like, is the music too loud or is it too quiet? Like, I'm just curious because I did
Is
not
there music
test it.
playing right now?
There is game show
What?
music playing right now.
Well, that's
How has there been game show music this whole time? I don't. How are you
He's
doing
even
it?
got a soundboard
You're-
up there for just.
Chris, you're so amazing. You're
Yep.
just doing so many amazing things back there.
behind the scenes. He could literally launch an Apollo 13 mission with how much tech he's got.
There's more technology in like this button than in the entire Apollo
I
program.
know.
Actually, pretty stat. You have more tech back there than like I had my first year of being like in a film class. Like this is like way more than that. Like of what I remember when they showed us the cameras we could use for like a filmmaking class we were in, and I was like, this is it. It wasn't even interchangeable lenses. Like I'm just talking about like straight up just regular video like camcorder.
They're like the HMC 150 style or something like that.
No mirrorless, no DSLR, just like good old flip it open and there's your pretty much should have been on VHS. I was very disappointed. It was at the main U, the University of Minnesota. And I was like, what is going on? Where is my student tuition going?
Yep.
Not
Obviously
to the
not
film
going to
program.
camera
Yeah.
equipment. All right, music could potentially be lowered a little bit. I am going to turn down the music just a touch then.
That's a good thing you asked the question.
So hopefully that's not too quiet now. But so again, like the levels get all kind of wet. Like doing it live versus doing the post-processing.
Right.
The amount of compression that I put on afterwards, even if the music's a little low, it's preferable because it'll bring it up. So, all right. Anyway, you've had some time to write down whether or not you think Christopher Lloyd has appeared in more films or fewer films than Sean Connery. Jeremy's lost his pen.
I did.
And we'll reveal our answers in 3, 2, 1. We've got less, more, and less. He's appeared in more films.
no way.
And to be completely honest, he's appeared in almost 3 times as many films.
How?
Boom.
How?
Christopher Lloyd has.
He was in Back to the Future and a movie at Glen Sheen. That's about it.
He was also in
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Who Framed Roger Rabbit. He was also in Suburban Commando, the best film he's ever appeared in.
Really? Racing with the stoplight? You know what? I haven't even seen the movie, but I know that scene.
I was frozen today!
He was also in
Dennis the Menace.
A Million Ways to Die in the West. He played Doc Brown in that also. Yeah. So like, but I didn't really know what else Christopher Lloyd was in besides Back to the Future and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I should also ask, like, an hour in, can people hear me? The mic seems very far away.
I think we're good.
Okay. I asked now, but
it picks up probably on Kara's and yeah, you're fine.
How many movies was Christopher Lloyd in? Like numbered, like what was like what?
Don't use your math. He's credited as an actor 239 times.
Okay. Jesus. That's so many movies.
That's prolific.
Everyone divided by 3 now. Like, and try your best.
So, if you appeared in a television series for an episode, it counts.
Oh, I guess so.
But it doesn't count each individual episode.
Wait, yeah. I was gonna say, are they including every single episode of Taxi? Because it's like,
no.
Okay.
Yeah, no. They'll be, if you're credited with a role in a series, no matter how much you've been in it, it's 1 credit.
Oh, he was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He was in that movie with Danny DeVito, and then they were in a TV show called Taxi together.
That's a great show.
Yeah.
So we've done 4 rounds. This is the final round, unless you guys can manage to tie Kara. And okay, let's see. Any other good suggestions?
3, right?
Ralph Macchio? I don't know if he's been in enough.
He's Cobra Kai.
I feel like he's probably going to be in like the
He's played
teens.
in Psych.
Hey,
Yeah, he did
was
play
in
in
My
Psych.
Cousin Vinny.
But
let's do one of my favorite ones. Let's do Bryan Cranston.
Ooh.
Okay. All right, Zordon, Power Rangers. All right, let's do it. I never saw that.
Brad's already
Breaking Bad
balking at me, like me dissing on Ralph Macchio. We'll do that as the bonus round if you guys end up tying.
Bryan Cranston. He hasn't been in anything in a while.
Sorry, I keep ramming my microphone with.
He's in more stuff than you think, I would say.
Yeah, it's Malcolm in the Middle. You said they're not including every individual episode,
right.
though.
Yeah.
So Breaking Bad's 1. Malcolm in the Middle 2.
Malcolm in the Middle 1.
No, I mean.
As well.
Like several hundred episodes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sorry, again, I'm just waiting on my phone here. If this ends up becoming a network television show, we'll have faster research.
I like this format for a game show much better, where there's just like longer pauses, lots of just chilling and chit chat.
Yeah.
What we need is Steve Harvey to make fun of people when they get the answers
Oh
wrong.
my lad, he is
goodness.
so freaking funny.
I have a funny story about that as well. Funny enough. Oh, I was just talking about messaging apps and stuff like that, and I was like, I wonder where people are going to get their news like 10, 15 years from now, because so many people just get it from like Facebook and all these non-reputable sources. So if it follows Idiocracy, it's going to get dumbed down. And so I was like, I'll probably have to go to Snapchat for my news. And so I pulled up Snapchat and I swiped to the right to see all like the headlines, and they're awful. They're atrocious. Like, what is Cardi B up to?
Oh,
but I
Lord.
scrolled down and one of the ones was top funniest wrong answers on Family Feud.
Yeah.
And so one of them was name something that comes after pork. And the guy goes, "You pine." And I just thought that was the funny thing. And then the other one was name something to do that's hard to do with your eyes open. And the guy goes, "Read." He's like, looks at his mom, and he's like, "You're paying for him to go to college."
That is classic. Daryl says he'll be our Steve Harvey. If you got the chops, you're more than welcome to come down here and bust people's balls.
Absolutely.
All right, I think that is sufficient time for our
Can
answers.
Kara take the lead first?
I already have the lead.
No, as in hold it.
Oh, can I keep the lead?
Can you keep the lead?
But if we all get all the same answer, she still wins.
Yep.
So Bryan Cranston, has he appeared in more or fewer films than, does he have more or fewer acting credits, I should say, than Tom Cruise? It's one of the suggestions. Was
Sean Connery.
Let's try this one more time. Has Bryan Cranston appeared more times in media than Sean Connery? In 3, 2, 1. We've got less, and less.
That's nothing we can do. I should have said more.
Unfortunately
It's
for
over.
you, he's appeared in more films and shows.
I could have tied it. Why did I write less?
Well, there you go. Congratulations, everybody,
Man.
on a well-played game of the IMDb game. Kara, you are the winner. Very rude to defeat a guest when they make an appearance on the show.
Out of whatever, just let us know about Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
We would have all guessed
I would say less. Yeah.
All right, let me do this. Okay, let's look at that first. There's no clean way for me to get out of the music that's happening right now, so I'm just gonna kill it.
Just listen to the rest of the episode.
Right.
That would be
Ralph Macchio is probably the coolest name ever.
Yeah, Ralph Macchio.
Yeah. If you could have that name.
Well, who were we talking about? Somebody was had the last name Beer, and I thought that was a pretty cool name too.
I'll take it. Justin Beer.
Yeah,
Take it. That's
it's
awesome.
pretty cool.
Just a beer.
Build a Beer Workshop.
Just in.
Oh, dude!
Beer.
Copyright
Build-
2021.
Build a
Me.
beer workshop. That should be a thing.
Hey, that
That's
should be.
nobody steal that idea. That is
Your
my
own
idea.
craft brew.
Copyright Chris Brown,
Yeah.
I
2021.
love that. That has. You should create it. That has to.
That
be
would
the
be
name,
super
too.
cool. Like you can choose the flavors that go in and everything, like how happy it is, and
You gotta
Yeah.
put the little heart.
Hey, wait, do
inside
we
before
still
you
have-
zip it up?
Do we still have the IMDb game show thing up?
We have the scores up, but I'm gonna bring the logo and music back in because I'm making this worth 2 points.
Oh, so it's not done. Oh, okay.
So, just because I was surprised, has Ralph Macchio appeared in more or fewer
Well,
things
now
than Sean
we're-
Connery?
You shouldn't have said that. You should say you're not surprised. You're completely normal.
No, I'm surprised.
Yeah, but you should have lied about it because then the surprise makes me.
but
change
is
my
he
answer.
like playing a psychological
yeah.
game here?
That's what I'm thinking.
You forget, Jeremy, I made you look at your watch.
Yeah, I know you did.
All right, has he appeared in more or fewer things than Sean Connery? In 3, 2, 1. Less, and more. Jeremy, you're the only one who took the bait. He has appeared in fewer things.
No!
I know you like to play psychological games, Chris.
Reverse-
But it's a
Psychology.
lot closer than I thought. That's what surprised me. I thought he'd appeared in like 4 things. and
I should have
it's-
put the same. You should have let us wager our points, Chris.
So how many had Ralph Macchio been in?
54.
Oh.
So the thing is, when you say, as soon as you start hearing a bunch of numbers, you can start honing in on what Sean
Yeah.
Connery's been in, and that's like I say, against the spirit of the game.
So
Right.
between 239 and 54 somewhere.
That just looks
Sean Connery.
wrong now. 4, 5, 2. Looks like I got a flat tire going on the freeway or something. This is just BS.
Remember, you started off with the lead too,
I
so
know.
you choked it away.
Is that it? Then?
Oh, John says, sorry we're late to the show. Who's the guest today? Our guest today is Justin, the
Cinephile
runner-up
Studios.
finisher in the IMDb game and proprietor of Cinephile Studios and the Daily Cinephile. We're actually sort of in his color scheme here, too.
Oh yeah, Chris, did you put the
yeah,
background
so-
lights up and everything to match that?
What? No, I meant no for the IMDb game. They've all
Oh,
sort of
got it,
yellow.
got it. Oh yeah. I see that in the TDC. In the yellow with the biscuit.
All right, so I'm gonna do another awkward cut of the music because I did not give myself an exit strategy for this song.
What's an exit strategy?
All right, and we'll take out. So congratulations, Kara, on winning the game even more
Congrats.
officially.
Kara needed
Thank
the
you.
win. She needed the win.
I
did.
have a prize for you.
Do you really?
I
What?
do. Yeah.
This wasn't coordinated at all, so whatever's happening, I have no idea.
I have a prize. It's for your son.
Oh!
It's for Chip, and it's because I figure, since you both love Star Wars so much,
Oh boy.
that you probably have only been getting Star Wars onesies. Probably. Pretty close.
We've gotten a few.
Probably a lot of Star Wars stuff. So probably not enough of other wonderful franchises out there.
This is true.
So I found just a little, and he's like, you said he was wearing like 6 to 12 months now or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay, all right. So I got this little wonderful onesie for him. That
Yes!
is,
oh
right
my
there.
gosh, Chris!
That is
And
amazing.
Just to mix up your pop culture references for baby
That
Chip.
is so cool.
That
This
is
is
dope.
so much,
awesome.
Justin.
I ordered it.
This
I
is
think
awesome.
That one should be 6 to 12 months, so he should
Yeah.
be able to fit in there for a while.
Oh yeah,
if
he'll be in this
necessary.
one for a while. This
Yeah.
is
The kicker is his legs are so long. So the fact that that's got leg room is good. 'cause
I love
his
this.
little legs hang out.
I
there.
love
Right.
this.
That is so awesome.
I'm not like negative Star Wars. We haven't talked a lot about Star
No,
Wars this whole
yeah,
episode,
no.
but I figured you could mix up the pop culture references.
Well,
I appreciate this. I grew up with Back to the Future, so
Good.
I was
I am
just
all about this.
talking because we had talked about Back to the Future a week or two ago, and my Derek, coworker, has not seen any of the Back to the Future, so it's like, you gotta go watch them. They're so good.
They are good.
And
They
then it
work
was the
on every
same
level.
thing. Rich goes, oh, they're not as good as you think they are. And I'm like, no, they're freaking fantastic. The opening scene with the clock and the hole and the toaster, the Rube
Do you know who
Goldberg
we
and shit.
introduced, who my family introduced to Back to the Future and now loves it? Tiffany.
Really?
Yep. She'd never seen Back to the Future before meeting my family. I mean,
Tiffany was
granted,
on.
she was.
She's the animal abuser.
Yeah, Tiffany.
No, not an animal abuser, animal captor.
Animal
That's
captor.
right. That's right.
We're being funny. She once had a
She's-
raccoon trapped in her garage or something. And
She had a pet. She had a pet raccoon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a pet raccoon. Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, what are animals but just things that are trapped in our houses,
Yeah,
right?
he suffered from Stockholm syndrome.
Oh, Lord, I love this.
That is
Thank
so
you.
cool.
How animals are.
Anyways, just telling Derek about the movie, I was like, I need to watch Back to the Future again because it's so good. It's just so. But we talked about it when Keith was here.
Yep.
Yep,
Yep, when I was taking dumps on people's favorite movies.
that's right. Yep.
Have you reviewed A Knight's Tale?
I haven't seen it. I was thinking that while you were talking about it. I'm not against seeing it. I just haven't seen it.
It's a.
It's like one of my favorite
We're not gonna hit
movies
it
from
like
my
we just already
teens.
talked about it with Keith.
I'll watch it.
It's
I'm sure,
Watch it,
enjoyable.
review
sure
it.
it's great.
time.
It's so good.
It looks great. It looks Heath
now-
Ledger, Knight's costume. It looks great.
If
It's so good.
you
It's
gotta be good.
review it, you need to do like a countdown to the premiere, and then Kara, Chris, and I'll be like, what is this?
Right.
What's Justin's opinion on The Knight's Tale?
Exactly.
It's garbage, and then that's the beginning of the video.
Yep.
It's
You
it's
need
garbage.
to make the carrot cut where all you do is say nice things about it.
No, it would be like it's garbage, so you guys could cheer, and it's like is what you want me to say.
Chris would cheer. Jeremy and I'd be like, "What?"
Blasphemy.
Yep. Throw a brick at the TV.
Just to reassert my stance, I don't think it's a bad movie. I just don't think that it's nearly
lives
as
up to its
good as
hype,
people make it out to be.
It's good music. It's funny. It's Heath Ledger.
I love the cast.
I will say this. I generally do not like when films use real songs.
Oh, really? Is that
I'd
maybe
rather-
what takes it down for you?
That's not what takes it down from it. It definitely doesn't add anything. Like We Will Rock You is so overplayed already.
I love it.
We Will Rock You
Queen.
is in
It's
the movie?
Queen.
Yeah.
That's what opens.
Well, it's got to be great then.
Yeah.
If it has Queen in it,
No, it's,
gotta be
it's
great.
like what it feels like to me is like they're like, this movie isn't worth us taking the effort to put an actual score to it. Even Aragon, the worst film book adaptation ever, went through the trouble of scoring it themselves. So
Not everybody can hire John Williams, Chris.
yeah, we don't even need Alan Silvestri is out there.
Is that a nice big juicy comment there? What's that?
Brad has a thought for a onesie. Salacious crumb on the front, but when you open the bottom up, it says somebody made a Java.
Yes. That's funny.
If only we could license that.
All right.
I was gonna say that Chip occasionally his diaper is 1.21 gigawatts.
It's so funny. Well, he kicks his little legs now too, and he like toots every single time he like kicks his legs. It's really funny. It's like synchronized.
It's
tooting.
really funny. When he's on tummy time, he farts.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's
Yeah. Kids are hilarious. They're
Yep.
absolutely awesome.
farts aren't cool as adults, but once a baby, it's like
Now that reminds me too, like just where that's going to be centered. He's going to be like a cross between Tony Stark and Doc Brown.
oh, there you go, yeah.
oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, 1.2 gig. Because it's just because it's right there, and then I never put two and two together. Like you could put that there. Like
That'd be
now,
funny
what's
if it
the
was a-
power output of is the
Our
power
reactor,
output?
I think, is way more powerful than the flux capacitor.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Now you got to do the Tom Hanks game, but is it more energy or less energy than the flux capacitor? You know, like is the arc reactor? What's the hyperdrive engine in a starship, or what's the
Oh, like of every power source of every
Yep.
movie.
yeah,
and, like,
proton
figure out
pack
what's better
from
or
Ghostbusters.
stronger.
Yep.
That'd be interesting to try to figure
Has
out.
it got more or less energy than flux capacitor? And that's all from a onesie that you bought.
Can you imagine shooting a proton pack into the flux capacitor to try and get back in time?
Oh, right.
I'm trying to picture like wait, what is how do you even synthesize what a gigawatt exactly is? Like, where would you start? Because a gigawatt's
Well,
not real.
you would
But
convert
where
the
would you-
lightning.
Oh,
bolt,
it's
right?
a mispronunciation of gigawatt, which is a real thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's just based off a gigawatt then?
Yeah, it's just a million, or I think it's 1,000,000 watts.
Oh,
Well, so what I was gonna say is that you could just because they use lightning to go back to
Yeah.
the future, so you could just
Spoiler.
average out a lightning. Well, and see,
From
what's
a
really-
movie in the
You know what's
80s.
really funny is so the reason why we talked about it is Derek came up to me and a meme that Chris had posted on the Facebook page was something Star Wars related, and it's like you might not like it, but your kids are gonna love it. You
Oh
remember that?
yeah, it's when
Oh.
he played the
What Well, he played
He played at the Johnny Be Good.
in
Yeah.
the gym. But what was the meme?
The sequels.
The thing that
It-
I think
Or
It
no,
was
the
about the
prequels.
sequel.
It was
The
about
prequels.
the
yeah.
prequels. That's what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because people love the prequels. now.
Yes, yeah. You guys aren't ready for it, but your kids are gonna love it.
Yeah.
So Derek comes up to me, he's like, "This is hilarious," and I looked, and for some reason I'm like, "Have you even seen the underlying movie that's based on?" And he looks at it, he goes, "No." Like, why do you think it's as like? I don't know.
Can you understand said
the,
meme?
the only thing
Right.
that was
You're
funny
you're
about it.
gatekeeping here,
Well,
Jeremy.
no, the
that's
only
rude.
thing that's funny about it is simply the text.
Yeah.
Because the picture is like what
But
assigns
you know the context
you
that
gotta-
makes it funnier.
You gotta hear Michael J. Fox's voice too. while you do it.
Exactly.
That makes it fun. What do you? It's a 2-hour movie. It's not that much time.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
just Back to the Future. I hate recommending movies because it's like, I don't know if you're gonna like this, but everyone likes Back to the Future. There's nothing wrong with that movie. Like, and it works.
Except for
everyone
Rich,
nowadays.
apparently.
Well, Rich just said it didn't live up to his hype. Is all he said.
Such a good movie, though. Movies.
No, it does. You're just wrong.
It's okay to be just wrong.
Yeah.
One of the greatest trilogies of all time.
It's very good.
Very, very good.
Yep.
All right. Any more stories or anything? We're kind of getting down to the wire here.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
not
it
unless
is.
somebody drops me a buzzword.
All right. Cabbage.
Well, Avatar, the guy.
That's not a
loses-
story about your life.
Well, it's a thing I enjoy. It's a punchline. It's like when I watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, that guy always loses his cabbages.
That's not a story. Right?
Well,
Jeremy.
that was off
Every
the cuff
St.
enough.
Patrick's Day, my mom makes corned beef and cabbage and invites us over because Jeremy
I do love
adores
corned beef and
cabbage.
And that's
That's not so
actually-
much a story either.
Well, actually, the first thing I ever found out I had in common with her mother is that she served horseradish with the corned beef and cabbage. And I was like, "Do you have any horseradish?" And everybody always says no. And Cindy's like, "Yes, I do. I love horseradish." Then everybody else at the table went, horseradish. So then it's me and Cindy against the world. Horseradish.
so that's a story.
Yeah. And I guess it had to do with cabbages. Thanks for the layup, Kara.
You're welcome, baby.
I like
got
it.
you.
It means you can relate to anybody. I like it. If someone
Yeah.
came up to me and said cabbage, I would just I would just
My cabbages!
My cabbages. You can go the Avatar route, too.
John wants to know how's the drone technology ever evolving. There's rule changes that are kind of like chilling our looking at new drones. And
I want to
stuff,
fly
so.
it more, but it's just with Chip and with everything, and my plate's just so full. It seems like all the time. But
Well, now we just came out of
had
winter.
Kara fly it, and it wasn't we just put it in orbit mode, and the collision detection doesn't work in orbit mode, so it almost orbited right into a tree. And then
I almost
of course, it
smashed into an
wasn't
industrial
recording.
building with one on doing an orbit
Yes.
track. But
Yeah,
John said how fast does that Mavic go? It's like 45 miles an hour or something
45
like that.
miles an hour.
His friend just got a drone that went 92.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Is that the FPV one? Maybe?
Probably. So
I think it is.
the thing is, so I believe the rules right now state that you can't go above 100 miles an hour.
Well, so then 90.
So,
So
like
downwind with a.
well, so the fastest I've gotten, so we at work we have the same drone that
Right.
Jeremy has. The fastest I've gotten to go is 51 miles an hour, doing a descent going
Yep.
forward with a
Yep.
tailwind.
Did you put it in sport? Or was that in
No, I didn't actually.
Sport's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Sorry, it's really boring drone stuff.
No, I think drone stuff's interesting.
If you've ever flown one,
I haven't. No.
you'll have to fly.
I flew like a one that was
You gotta fly.
like
You gotta
I flew
fly a Mavic.
like a Walmart brand one that got stuck in a tree.
Yeah. You gotta
like
fly a Mavic.
immediately.
It's fun. We'll go out and fly sometime. We'll get some B-roll for you. That you can just cut to generic shots for you.
Beautiful
Then you can
shots
do a
and-
TDC of it. Today I flew a drone.
Yeah, and then I could show we could use the footage for like the opening of a video, and
Yeah.
it just immediately cuts to me in my basement.
Yeah.
just like, all right, this is a review, and that footage at the that would be cool though. Like
You
that,
you do a Monday movie pickup and you like
No, okay,
have
so
all
here's
your
what you
movies
do.
above you and
oh,
you
that'd
do
be
a-
kind of cool. And
Yeah,
it's like
see?
yeah.
Here's what you do though. You do start way up high, but then like you're kind of coasting, and then all of a sudden you take the drone down onto your house to your front door.
Can you do that?
Well, so there's a guy who did that
Yeah.
in a bowling alley.
I
He
did see
opened
that.
it- He like
I thought that wasn't real. I
no,
thought
that's real. That's a for FPV drone.
how is that even?
So you put goggles on and then you see what the drone sees, and then it's like the one that we were talking about. DJI just came out with it, and it the controller can be a joystick, so you actually tilt it like a joystick, and then the trigger is the throttle. So you just give it gas, and then you would just go just like an airplane pilot would on steroids.
If you can go like with some like almost 90 miles an hour, can't that like kill someone if
If you
run
ran into
Oh,
one,
I'm sure.
probably.
What an awful way to die.
Yeah,
Death by drone.
there's a
Like,
mass to speed ratio that you have to sort of figure out in terms of like safely operating. But so Johnson, do you know about the Predator drone or other drones in the Air Force? That's a different class of drone. Those aren't UAVs. Those are, I mean, technically they are, but they're not
Let
SUAVs.
me put it to you this much. I know as much as the public knows about drones because I work at a base with F-16s. So.
He also
That'd be
says
fun.
Jeremy's a good video editor. That's a skill, I think, a craft for Jeremy. So,
Well, we're gonna probably get to sit here and get all compliments all night. Chris, why don't you take us out?
All right,
Before
well,
we
so-
just say goodbye to Justin.
yeah, so Justin, thank you so much for coming on. Check out his channel, Cinephile Studios, or his daily vlog channel, the Daily Cinephile. Both are worth your attention and praise, heaping praise.
oh, thanks for the heap of
on-
praise.
I demanded it. If you don't do it, I'll find you. Make sure that you change your comments. Oh my goodness. Well, if you've made it this far in the video, congratulations. You have made it to the end of the video. Go ahead and put a like on it. Show you want to see more content like this in the future. Comment down below if you want to participate in any of the conversations we've gone through tonight. Chime in with actors or actresses that you think would be good for the IMDb game. I think it'd be fun to play again in the future. Now that I have the assets created for it, it's just a push of a button to kill 20 minutes of time on the podcast. Subscribe if you're not already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time we go live, which is super fun to participate or post a new video. Like I said, the fancy polished version of this comes out Monday morning. So if you can't deal with the horrible roughness that is streaming, you can definitely get the clean version Monday mornings. All that said, thank you guys so much for watching. And of course,
May the force be with you.